guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title of today's video, we're going to be reacting to OK by Dimash, and this is another music video, so I'm super excited to get into this one. I honestly am loving hearing more from Dimash and seeing how incredible he is and all of his talent, so I can't wait to get into this video and see what I can expect. But before we do, if you guys are new to the channel, then welcome and thank you for joining. Make sure you click on that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel, and while you're at it, why not leave a little like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching so I can keep on making more videos like this. But with all that being said, I'm just super excited to get into this, so let's do it. Beautiful. I'm loving like the golden hour almost feel to it, like the sun coming in. Oh wow. Already, I've just got to say, that is such a beautiful lyric, in just saying like there was two of us, you know, in this life, and it was almost impossible for us not to find each other because we were almost like just meant to be. It was destiny, it was fate, like the two of us coming together. It was just that sense of like the two of us coming together, it just had to happen because we've always been sort of meant to be. That is our destiny. That is so beautiful already. That is so sweet. His voice. Oh, no. My heart's gonna break. Oh no. Do you know what's really like struck me is the fact of, you know, we were talking about the two of us together being that sense of fate, and in those moments, like I was saying, you know, it was almost like a golden hour. Like it was so beautiful, the sun was shining in, and it was so warm and inviting. And then as soon as we've moved on now to talking about, I can see that you're happy with somebody else, it's like we've entered the complete darkness. We've gone to the complete other side in a way, and we've lost all of that light and that warmth, and we've now just like been encompassed by this sense of cold, this sense of darkness, this sense of almost just like gloominess. Like if we're looking at this shot in particular, it's like you're literally boxed in by just that absolute sense of like the shadows and just gloom, you know? But it just hurts, isn't it? Like it's one of those things as well where I think that a lot of people feel like in that moment when you're with that person, it feels like they are that person for you, you know, like you are meant to be. But sometimes it is the fact of you having to let that person go if they're not ultimately feeling that same sense of happiness that you were in that moment, you know? And I think just that feeling of having to let go, that sense of loss yet again, I feel like that really comes through in a lot of Dimash's music from what I have seen, you know, overcoming that sense of loss, that sense of pain, that sense of hurt, and trying to almost move on from that in a way. I think it's just very moving and something that I think a lot of people can understand and, you know, really empathize with on such a deep level, on such a personal level, you know? I love this shot and the camera panning, like going around. What I love most about that is, you know, we're talking about that sense of destiny, like you were that fate for me, almost like that eternal fate, and the fact that we're going around as well in that circle, like it is almost just like that circle of what was meant to be, that love, that circle of what is life, you know. Sometimes it can be beautiful and sometimes it can almost be detrimental, and I feel like in this situation it was beautiful in the moment, but unfortunately with that circle of life does sometimes come those almost moments of just absolute heartbreak, and I feel like that's what this is. You know, we're almost going around and around in those feelings and those emotions in that sadness and trying to come to terms with everything that's happened, you know? But honestly, Dimash's voice, it's just one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. And not only that, but his acting abilities as well, can I just say, the more that I'm watching these music videos, the more that I'm actually realizing he literally just can absolutely do it all. He really can. Like, his talents know no bounds. They really don't, because he can just do everything. He is just such a shining light, isn't he? Oh, it just is so heartbreaking, isn't it? I think him just saying as well, sort of like almost that's what life was meant for us in a way. Like, I think he's almost, in a sense, trying to get across that what's meant to be will be, in a sense. And even though it seems like we were fated to be, life didn't pan out that way for us. Despite how much I maybe thought it would, ultimately that isn't what time had for us. And now we have to sort of move forward with the hands of time and realize that we have to almost move on. But even so, I just want to say thank you for, showing me that love. Thank you for letting me be with you in that moment. And I think that is just so incredibly beautiful, isn't it? But it's just so heartbreaking. Like, it's so heartbreaking. Oh my God. Stop it. No! No, you do not. No, just let them be happy. What? No, you can't leave me in suspense like that, Dimash. Oh, no. I honestly did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. I'm. Oh. Honestly, the storytelling from Dimash is unbelievable. This music video was incredible. It was literally like a mini movie. Let me be honest and say it as it is, because it's so true. Every single one of his music videos are like movies. It literally feels like I'm sat watching some like absolutely incredible cinematic experience, you know? I think for me as well, what hits hard is the fact of him, saying from the outside looking in, it's like she almost moved on in a way, and she seemed so happy from the outside. But it's like on the inside, you could see that behind closed doors, that happiness was almost all just a front, all just a show in a way. Because when it came to the actual reality, the person that she was with in the end was just not the greatest of guys, was he? Wasn't the nicest, it seemed like, and just didn't treat her right. and just seeing the again that sense of fate, you know, them both being there in that moment at the same time, their paths crossing yet again, and almost wanting to just escape together, find that sense of freedom together, and having that ripped away. Listen, I feel like I've just been on an emotionally traumatic journey. I can't even explain the highs and lows I've just been through. But that was absolutely stunning. Heartbreaking, but stunning. Absolutely beautiful. As always, though, with Dimash, this song was just absolutely incredible. It was so, so beautiful. Like I was saying, so emotional. I feel like it was such an absolute journey through all of those feelings, all of those emotions, all of that time with that person. And I think the way that he always is so incredibly able to put across such a beautiful story, I think is absolutely so, so beautiful. So I absolutely loved this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along this video with me. If you did, like I said, make sure you're clicking that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel. And while you're at it, why not leave a like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching so I can keep on making more videos like this. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I will see you in the next video.